Good morning, Internet. Yashoda here with West Coast Yoga. Today we're discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is, 1972 edition. Now, originally when Prabhupada published what is known as the complete edition of Bhagavad Gita as it is, he included a foreword from a prestigious college professor named Professor Dimock, who was based in Chicago. Professor Dimock not only wrote a highly scholarly presentation, but it is also a devotional presentation, which is very flattering. And unfortunately, this foreword from Bhagavad Gita was removed when Jayadvaita and company made their thousands of edits to Prabhupada's books. Jayadvaita's edition with the Parikshit artwork came out in 1983, which happens to be the year I was born. And the original Jadharani artwork contains Professor Dimock's original foreword. So for those of you who have never actually read the foreword, I'm going to go ahead and read that now. Professor Edward C. Dimock, Jr. The Bhagavad Gita is the best known and the most frequently translated of Vedic religious texts. Why it should be so appealing to the Western mind is an interesting question. It has drama, for its setting is a scene of two great armies, banners flying, drawn up opposite one another on the field, poised for battle. It has ambiguity, and the fact that Arjuna and his charioteer Krishna are carrying on their dialogue between the two armies suggests the indecision of Arjuna about the basic question: should he enter battle against and kill those who are friends and kinsmen? It has mystery, as Krishna demonstrates to Arjuna his cosmic form. It has a properly complicated view of the ways of the religious life and treats of the path of knowledge, works, discipline, and faith, and their interrelationships, problems that have bothered adherents of other religions in other times and places. The devotion spoken of is a deliberate means of religious satisfaction, not a mere outpouring of poetic emotion. Next to the Bhagavat Puran, a long work from South India, the Gita is the text most frequently quoted in the philosophical writings of the Gaudiya Vaishnava school, the school represented by Swami Bhaktivedanta as the latest in a long succession of teachers. It can be said that this school of Vaishnavism was founded or revived by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 1486 to 1533, in Bengal, and that it is currently the strongest single religious force in the eastern part of the Indian subcontinent. The Gaudiya Vaishnava school, for whom Krishna is himself the supreme God, and not merely an incarnation of another deity, sees bhakti as an immediate and powerful religious force, consisting of love between man and God. Its discipline consists of devoting all one's actions to the deity, and one listens to the stories of Krishna from the sacred texts, one chants Krishna's name, washes, bathes, and dresses the Murti of Krishna, feeds him and takes the remnants of food offered to him, thus absorbing his grace. One does these things and many more, until one has been changed. The devotee has become transformed into one close to Krishna and sees the Lord face to face. Swami Bhaktivedanta comments upon the Gita from this point of view, and that is legitimate. More than that, in this translation, the Western reader has the unique opportunity of seeing how a Krishna devotee interprets his own texts. It is the Vedic existential tradition, justly famous in action. This book is then a welcome addition from many points of view. It can serve as a viable textbook for the college student. It allows us to listen to a skilled interpreter explicating a text which has profound religious meaning. It gives us insights into the original and highly convincing ideas of the Gaudiya Vaishnava school. In providing the Sanskrit in both Devanagari and translation, it offers the Sanskrit specialist the opportunity to reinterpret or debate particular Sanskrit meanings, although I think there'll be little disagreement about the quality of the Swami's Sanskrit scholarship. And finally, for the non-specialist, there is readable English and a devotional attitude, which cannot help but move the sensitive reader. and their other paintings, which, incredibly as it may seem to those familiar with contemporary Indian religious art, were done by American devotees. The scholar, the student of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and the increasing number of Western readers interested in classical Vedic thought have been done a service by Swami Bhaktivedanta by bringing us a new and living interpretation of a text already known to many. He has increased our understanding many-fold. And arguments for understanding in these days of estrangement need not be made. Professor Edward C. Dimock, Jr., Department of South Asian Languages and Civilization, University of Chicago.